Now, here is what you must understand. According to this movement of the cycle of creation, there is, okay, imagine you are here in the cycle of creation, and God promises you that I'm going to make you great. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do that with you. When God spoke, it was the expression of his person that spoke. But the time when his word and the creation and the formation comes to meet is at the point where he said, let us make man. So in the cycle of creation, you realize that until you get to this point, you cannot make yourself, or God cannot make you, because he only speaks once. That is why Jesus says, wait. Even though I have revealed to you the mystery of the kingdom, there is a time when he pours out his spirit to begin his work. And if that time is not, you cannot, if you go on your own, if you go before your time, you go on your own. He will bless you for that, but you are not part of his plan. So man will have to wait to the time where God says, let us make man. Now, there is another time where God also said, who will we send? Now, understand that in that time, it was not because of a matter concerning the earth. God has sent spirit beings at different times and at different seasons for different reasons. And there is a particular period where there is a deliberation in the council of divinity concerning who to send. Remember, who do we send is not just to one place, it's to different things. And at different times, at that council meeting, different issues are brought up, and God, okay, concerning this creation, concerning this realm, who do we send? Isaiah heard at the time when heaven aligned with the time of sending, when it had to do with his people. Say, who we send? Then Isaiah said, here I am, send me. And then he had connected to what the Spirit was saying. What the Spirit was saying once. Now, if you understand this, you realize why God will appear to a man like Abraham and tell Abraham, you shall have a child. And then Abraham is wondering, why? Because there's one time when God sends sons. And until that time comes, you wait. Now, the funny thing about that time is man can actually go in cycles and miss. Where is it? When am I sending a son? This is my son. Okay, God said he's sending a son, Isaac, right? This was when God said, I will send a son. Now, Abraham could actually go in cycles and miss this day when the son will come. But there was a day when God was descending. And then it was a season where the son will come. And then Abraham caught God and said, come to my house. He gave God a seed. And then God said, pertaining to your wife, by this time next year. What did he say? He said, I will visit. I will visit. So there is a time when specific children are born. Because remember, there are different times and seasons when God spoke concerning certain spirits and certain assignments and certain children and certain mandates. Different times and seasons. A lot of people have problems with when you go and carry another person's child, beautiful fresh child, and say, oh God, give me this kind of baby. But you don't know, what if that baby was the Antichrist? Carry, oh God, you are converting another person's child. You say, oh God, you went to carry a John the Baptist, but this beautiful young baby looking so innocent. You carry the child, say, oh God, give me something like this. That child is John the Baptist. So. And for John the Baptist to come, Elizabeth must be barren. The husband must be in ministry. What if your husband is not in ministry? There is a pattern. But you have asked God for this child. Then God said, okay. Then God begins to send prophets to prophesy to your husband that you are going to do ministry. The husband thinks he's about to be Pastor Chris, but not knowing that, no. Then, now, you are no longer getting pregnant. You are wondering why. You are wondering why. You go and then you go and do in vitro fertilization. You did it the first time, you did it the second time, you did it fourth time, the fifth time, they won't give it to you free because now you have become regular. It's not working. How will it work? Because you prayed a prayer and God answered the prayer. And the painful part is you prayed the prayer in the time when heaven was saying, who should we send? Then you open your mouth, here I am, send me. They sealed it. Now you are frustrated because of a child. Because of a prayer he once prayed. Because of a prayer she once prayed. If you don't know what heaven is saying or what you are looking for, speak in tongues. If you go and pray with your heart, and like Isaiah said, here I am, send me, while heaven was saying, who will we send? Don't be troubled when he sends you. Do you understand me?